Hey, what's up, guys? Walking around the yard. I want to do a little quick talking video. Say what's up. Just listening to old Nicky Boy, old Mick Jenkins, old Nicky Long Arms, aka now known as Jesus Strong on YouTube, which is pretty cool that he changed his name. You know, I'm not a hugely devout Christian or anything, but I appreciate those who are, and I appreciate people who are like genuine, you know, genuine in their faith and whatnot. And I was thinking about it, it's kind of cool that he changed his name to that because, like, you know, he is a Christian. He talks about how his purpose in life is, I guess, like spreading the word. You know what I mean? Getting the name of Jesus out there, and so he changed his channel name, guys, and it's a pretty good way of getting the old Christ out there into the world. Is whenever you watch his videos, there it is. It's in the name, you know. Pretty smart. But anyway, I was watching a video of his, and he was talking about like anti-materialism and stuff, and like how he doesn't like, you know, understand money and things like this. And I can totally relate. I don't think I'll ever understand the greed, you know, that's rampant in today's society. People love things. People love objects, commodities. Love to own things. I mean, obviously, I'm out here walking around on my on my nice little property here. Yeah, I'm practically like upper middle class now or something, but wasn't always that way, guys. And I gotta say, like, I remember when I first started working, I believe I was about 15. Had to get my folks to like sign off that I could work. You know what I mean? And I was like a lifeguard, and then I was a swimming instructor and coach. Working in a water park, and I was making $5.35 an hour, which was 10 cents over minimum wage at the time. It's probably the hardest job I've done in my life. Baking in the sun all day in southern, you know, southeast Georgia when it's like 110 degrees Fahrenheit with 120% humidity or whatever. It's ridiculous. Baking out there, guys, just frying in the sun. Saving lives, literally having to save lives, guys. This is like, you know, this is freaking rural Georgia, I guess you could say. I mean, it's not like totally rural as possible. It's not like freaking the Appalachians or whatever. People are like, you know, barely surviving, got like all kinds of teeth missing and shit, but you know, it was like a lot of interesting southern people who can't fucking swim, but they'll pay, you know, $5 or whatever it was to get this like little water park in town, and then jump in the deep end because a friend dared them, and then like start drowning. And then my scrawny, I was probably like 110 pounds at the time, ass had to jump in and save them. And half the time it'd be these guys, huge dudes, huge black dudes that weigh like 270 pounds or something, and then my ass was having to go down there and like rescue their stupid asses. It's like, dang, I thought I was gonna float. It's like, bro, you weigh 270 pounds of like mostly muscle. You're not gonna float. You're gonna sink like a fucking rock. There we go cussing again. I gotta quit cussing. Trying to change my language, guys. Bear with me. That job sucked, and I was making hardly anything. I mean, I would work triple shifts. I think I worked a freaking quadruple shift several times. So that meant I was there from like, I think 6:30 in the morning to like maybe 9 p.m. at night. Which I don't even think that's legal anymore for like an underage person to work that long. But just trying to make that money, guys. Want to go to college and stuff. Want to save money for all that. So that's what I started off doing. Every summer I did that. I'd go to college, come back home, work full time pretty much, go back to college again. After college, I was broke for a while. Had a job in Atlanta making like $10 an hour, which is exciting because I was like, oh man, I'm in the double digits, y'all. You know what I mean? That job also sucked. Yeah, and then after that, managed to get a job that I had until recently. Started off like $15 an hour, and over a period of like about a decade, I guess, yeah, 10 years, my wage pretty much tripled. So I went from basically making hardly anything and cohabitating with people. I freaking was never on my own lease for an apartment or anything until I was like 26. I was just cohabitating with people. I was so broke. And at one point I even paid a friend like, I think it was like $120 a month to sleep in his walk-in closet that barely fit a futon. Crazy as hell. That was probably my most insane living conditions. But I was, I was hustling back then. I didn't actually live in a closet. I lived outside of the house. Went to work full time, practiced Taekwondo, worked out a lot, taught Taekwondo a lot. I'd leave the house at like 7 in the morning or something, and not get home until like 9 or 10 p.m. And then just make a, simple dinner, real late dinner for myself. Usually I had pretty much this huge pot, and I would put like potatoes and like chicken and all kinds of like canned vegetables and stuff in there, and just cook it all up in a stew basically. And that was what I ate pretty much on a daily basis for years. So it was so cheap and like, healthy, healthy enough anyway. Vegetables and lean meat and stuff. Did that for so long. But yeah, guys, looking back, and Nick touched on this as well, when I started to make more money and like own more things, it didn't really make me more happy. I mean, it gave me some security, which is nice. That can for sure contribute to my happiness or whatever, but for the most part, man, I was in some ways happier sleeping in my friend's closet that I am now in this like beautiful home I have. Now obviously I think I am in general more happy nowadays because I'm like married happily, got 2 dogs, got good friends, yada yada yada. But we're talking about people in my lives, right? We're talking about animals in my lives. These are the things that give me happiness. It's not like stuff. Like, I understand why so many people are after stuff. Buying stuff, owning stuff. I don't know, man. I don't get it. Maybe I'm not just wired that way, and some people are. I don't know. Having things never really gave me much happiness. Maybe briefly, like let's say I bought a cool video game, played it for, I don't know, total of 50 hours or something. That was fun, but it's very, I don't know. That kind of stuff is like lowercase happiness, you know what I mean? I want that uppercase H happiness, You know, the stuff you can't buy. Like good friends and a good partner. Stuff like that, guys, is what I'm into. If I had all those things, things, they're not things, right? They're people and stuff. If I had all these people and the dogs in my life, and I still slept in a fucking closet. Oh, cussing again, my bad. I think I would still be equally as happy. Like, I don't really care, guys. I don't care about things, man. If anything, having too many things kind of pisses me off. Because then I get like all cluttered and I'm like, let me just get rid of this, get rid of that. I start like taking stuff to Goodwill or whatever. You know, donating crap to whatever, throwing stuff away, putting stuff out on the curb for the neighbors to like look at it. You want this? Yeah, take this. You know what I mean? Take this chair, take this mini fridge, or whatever. I don't want this shit anymore. I don't know, man. I always felt kind of almost like a guilt for buying stuff that was like a luxury buy. Can you pronounce that word right? It's like, here I am buying stuff I don't need, while there's like people, you know, the old school thing is like, oh, there's kids starving in China, but there's literally people starving probably like a few miles away. You know what I mean? Here I am like buying some bullshit that I don't need. Well, other people, you know, maybe not like my literal neighbors, but in like a, I don't know, broad sense of the term, my neighbors, my fellow humans are like struggling. It's kind of nuts to think about. I hate it, man. I hate capitalism. At least in this sense. I don't know, man. Today's society kind of pisses me off. Especially the greed. Greed really aggravates me. I don't feel like I'm alone on this. I mean, hearing Nick talk about it, I'm like, yeah, I feel that way exactly. I get what he's talking about. I've heard other people say the same. I have a feeling more people think like this than I know. But for some reason, I don't know, guys, it's like a weird societal conformity kind of thing where it's like a lot of people probably feel the same way I do, but at the same time they're just like feel that peer pressure or something, or that societal pressure to just like, yeah, I need to own a lot of things, need to have a lot of money, I gotta have a nice car, you know, the newest iPhone, whatever. I gotta keep up with the frickin', you know, whoever. So I'm on the same page as these people. I don't want to look like lesser than somebody else. I don't want to look like a scrub. I don't want no scrub. You know what I mean? Because if you're a scrub, you're not gonna get any tail, right? All the music today is like that too. I mean, it's been like that way for like 30, 40, 50 years. Where it's just like, oh yeah, I want a lot of stuff. Yeah, man, it's all like fronting, like I feel like a ton of rap music, and even country music, and I don't know, just all kinds of things in media are just like braggadocious, like, look at me, I got a lot of money, I got a lot of women or men or wherever it is. So freaking weird. You know what's crazy is like, there are people who are millionaires, billionaires, that aren't even happy. You know what I mean? Like, and these people's lives become like public and stuff too, and you like look at their lives and it's like, They're going through like nasty divorces. They're like, I don't know, people are just talking about them constantly on social media or whatever, on the news, and people they never even met in their lives like hate them, and all this stuff. It's just like, dude, is it even worth it to become like rich or whatever if your life becomes this I don't know, this what's the word for it, spectacle, you know? I don't know, just something I'm thinking about. I'm about to start a new job where I'm pretty much making like a fourth of what I made prior, and I'm kind of okay with it. Like, I think it'll be probably just enough to pay my share of bills and stuff. Like, my wife still works too, so for once she'll be making more money than me. I feel like a lot of people would be like upset about that or something. Like, like, oh, I'm the man. I gotta make more money than my woman. I gotta provide. But it's like, who gives a crap, dude? You know what I mean? I'm kind of like Nick, man. I just want to live my life the way I want to, with the people who I like around me, people who I love around me. I don't know, man. Just try to be a good person, I guess. Like, it's as simple as that. I don't think having a lot of money is gonna help me be a better person. If anything, it might do the opposite. I don't know many people with a ton of money who are cool to be around or like nice people. Money seems to kind of corrupt. But I don't know. Just some thoughts, guys. Some raw thoughts from my head to you. Everybody's doing well today. And, yeah, man. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you feel the same? Do you have similar thoughts? Do you disagree? Do you think I'm a moron? I don't know, man. All I know is, no matter how much money I'm making, I've always kind of done the same stuff, which is like whatever the hell I want to do, and spend time with people I give a shit about, and just try to like do my best to be a good person. And I can do that living in a closet, making $10 an hour or whatever. I can do that making whatever, like $50 an hour. Doesn't really matter. And as Nick was saying too, it's like, what are you gonna do with all this shit once you die? All this stuff that you've like accumulated, all this like junk. You're gonna give it to your children. You're gonna give it to your friends. Do they even want the stuff that you have? I feel like they'll just put it somewhere in like a storage unit, or like just sell it or throw it away. Like when I die, if I do have kids in the future, I don't know if I will or not. I wouldn't want them to remember me by the stuff that I've like passed on to them. I would want them to remember me by like the person that I was and what I did, and like, I don't know, just have memories of me of like being a cool guy or whatever. Being a nice person. That would be kind of ideal. I don't know. Anyway, hopefully this discussion wasn't too, sobering or whatever. I kind of wanted this to be like more of an uplifting message, I guess, but Might just turn into more of like a doomy kind of like F society kind of message. But either way, man, y'all take care, keep crushing out there. Do your thing. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Don't get involved in this like crazy rat race of like how much, stuff can I buy? You know what I mean? It's not, life isn't a freaking game show. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I got the most money, I won. It's like, no, you didn't. Nobody's gonna remember you for all the, for your collection of like, I don't know, video games, or for how many like cars you own, how many nice cars you own when you die. And if they do, they'll probably forget about that stuff in less than a century. You know what I mean? But I like to think that good deeds kind of continue throughout time, I believe in karma. I believe in like, if you do something good, that kind of reverberates throughout the rest of history. It's kind of like that, constantly like passing it along or whatever. Where it's like you help somebody out, they in turn help somebody else out. It kind of just goes on and on and on. And these good deeds kind of just multiply throughout time. That's what I want to do. That's how I want to, that's a legacy I would like to leave. Yeah, I don't care about stuff, guys. I only care about people and doing whatever the hell it is I'm interested in, which is right now climbing and yoga and stuff like this. Just sharing that with the world. Anyway, I should probably quit talking. This video gets over like 20 minutes. Oh, it's already 22 minutes. Shit. I think I only said about 5 or 6 cuss words, so it's not too bad. Might be a record for a video this long. Anyway, y'all take care. Peace.